Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven and welcome back to Train Simulator 2015. I'm trying out an add-on that I got from Just Trains, U-Bahn. Basically it looks like a kind of tram, metro train-esque style thing. I've never driven this kind of vehicle in Train Sim, so I thought I would give it a go. If you want to purchase this, you want to be careful because you also need to get, I think it's the Augsburg German route. You need to own that first, which is a little bit expensive. Like I think I bought it for like $25–30 in the sale, the Steam sale. But you need to make sure that you have that first before you get this add-on. I'll put a link in the description for this add-on, and if you read the description of this add-on, it'll explain exactly what the add-on is, you know, the other add-on is that you need to buy in order for you to use it. Use this even. Excuse me. I'm going to have a little bit of a drink of water. How professional of me. Yeah, I just felt that my throat was starting to get a bit, you know. Anyway, I'm liking the look of this thing. It looks really nicely made. Usually, oh, that's me. Hello, son. Oh, look at that, lovely jubbly. But yeah, usually anything that they will put their name to, and by they I mean Just Trains, anything they will put their name to is usually pretty amazing stuff, really well modelled, and this is no exception. You can see all the details on here, really well modelled. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so now this is quite a finicky train. You got to be uber careful. Now the problem I'm having with it is because I'm using the mouse controls. The red power lever, you got to be super careful that you don't go accidentally down to the bottom. If you do that, it will turn on the emergency brake, and I've not yet worked out how to get the train moving again after the emergency brake has come on. If any of you guys know, I would love you to tell me, because I feel like I've tried everything, but for some reason, when I do accidentally apply the emergency brake, which like I said is very easy for me to accidentally do when I'm using the mouse control, I can't work out how to get the thing moving again, so it's kind of a bit finicky. Anyway, what you have to do to start the thing up, you see there's like a key here, this black key. You just need to turn that on, and then we've got these three things here for the battery. You turn that on, the pantograph thing, whatever that's called, and this is another thing to do with the power. Can't remember what it was exactly. The green is to turn on, the red is to turn off. So now we're ready to go. As you can see, lights are on. The only thing that I'm slightly disappointed in is there doesn't seem to be a passenger view that I can see here, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, the modelling of the interior that they have provided is very well made, very detailed, pretty high res for this game. You always have to remember that they're working with the Train Sim engine, so they can't go too crazy or the performance, I think, will drop crazily. But they've done a pretty amazing job, as you can see, of including a lot of detail and making it as realistic as they can. So that's pretty cool. Right, let's go then. Now, like I said, I have to be uber careful not to accidentally go into emergency brake, which I've done many times accidentally, because when you're using the mouse controls, I find it really easy just to accidentally go down, you know, to the bottom. So what I usually do is I usually use the direction indicator to stop, which I wouldn't usually do with other trains. What I find with this train, it's a good way for me to not accidentally, you know, go onto the emergency brake, which is nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can stop out here. Let's try to stop. Okay, now in order to open the doors, you see we've got the blue door icons. Because the doors were opening on the right side, so we need to click the right button like so. doors will open. Let me just check that. Bless you. There we go. She doesn't want to get in. Come on, love. Get in my train. It's the best train ever. It's a U-Bahn. Oh, look at that dress. Whoa, she is ready to go, isn't she? Most of the people in this game do look a bit like zombies, though. It's kind of funny. Right, anyway, so now it's time for us to close doors. So we press the red button in the middle with the door icon. And then you need to press this yellow thing down here to stop the alarm. That is basically you saying that you understand the doors are closed. And then hopefully we'll get going. Now, like I said, I'm trying to be uber careful not to go into the emergency brake. If any of you guys actually try this for yourself, you'll probably see what you mean. I mean, obviously, the best thing for you to do is to use a controller, like a train controller, or some other way for you to control, not using the mouse. I think that would be a lot easier. Okay, let's take a look. Here she comes. I would say as well that, as usual with anything that has the Just Trains name on it, I'm also impressed by the... Let me just slow down here. We're like speeding like a boss. You guys know that I like to speed, right? Yeah, I'm also pretty impressed with the environments. I mean, like I said earlier, you can't expect too much because they're still working with the train sim engine, you know, so obviously you can't expect too much, but the detail that and the realism is pretty good if you were to compare with anything else that I've seen on the train sim engine. And I do like this, the wintry thing. Actually, I should have said at the beginning that I'm doing a scenario which is called something like U-Bahn at Christmas. It's the only scenario with the word Christmas in it, so that's why it's winter time. So that's pretty cool. Right. I can see we're probably going a little bit fast, but we'll be fine. This thing slows down pretty quick. See? Using the mouse controls, it does actually take me a fair bit of time, to get used to how to control this train. See what I mean? Okay, not the smoothest, but we'll take it, eh? And I'm certainly liking, like, the crossings, for example, all seem to have animations and stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's stop. Like that. Again, we need to open the doors. Again, the right side. You can't actually use the door opening, the automatic one, on this this HUD here. You have to use the buttons, which I actually kind of like. Right then, so let's close. Again, the alarm, a little bit annoying, but what are you going to do? That's life. Right, so we haven't triggered the emergency brake yet, so that's good. You will notice that there are some frame drops, like I've said in many of my videos. Unfortunately, the engine, the game, I do end up getting some pretty bad screen tearing, and also some pretty bad stuttering at times and slowdowns. But I would love to hear if any of you guys have tried playing this on an SSD. I'd love to know if that has helped with that, because I would imagine that might help. I haven't tried because my installation of this game is so large, and I have so many other large things on my computer that I've not yet put this on an SSD. I think as well because I have so much stuff installed in it, I can't be bothered to like reinstall everything. I'm a bit lazy like that, but yeah. Anyway, I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure that if you did have an SSD, hello, oh another one. Look at her with a black and gold dress this time. They're a bit different, aren't they? But yeah, I would say the models, these ones look slightly better than the ones I've seen in the past, like the regular ones that you get. But still a little bit weird looking. But again, it's probably the engine kind of restricting a lot of what they can do, I imagine. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, if there's anyone out there that has tried to have this game on an SSD, I would love to know if it does help to prevent slowdowns and all that. If that is the case, I might make the effort to try to put this on a SSD. It certainly is a very unique experience. Like I said, I haven't driven this kind of like tram-like vehicle, and we're branching off to the right here according to that signal. Okay. Oh, I don't like using the red thing, because I can just see that it's going to go to emergency brake. I can just see it. Right, we've got a 50 zone anyway that's coming up soon. Going up a bit of a hill here. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice, isn't it? We do need to maybe put power up a little bit. Whoops. Like I've said in many previous videos, and I think a lot of other people, and I'm going way slow now. Come on. Like I've said in many previous videos, and I'm sure lots of other people think the same, we're all basically waiting for the new engine version of Train Simulator. The downside is all the money I've spent on add-ons is going to be now kind of wasted, because I don't think they'll work on the new engine. However, I'm really hoping the upside is we get some pretty amazing improvements in terms of the graphics and the performance and stuff like that. If they do release a new engine version of this game and it still has major issues with performance, that's going to be a massive letdown, and that might even make me not play that game or this game anymore, you know, because that's what I've been hoping for so long, you know, that we're going to end up with a much better performing version of Train Sim with better graphics. Because, you know, let's face it, the third party add-on developers, they do try their best, but they don't have a lot really to work with in terms of the engine and the amount of detail, for example, they can use. I'm pretty sure all of that is limited by the engine, you know. So let's hope. Yeah, this is certainly not the best way to control this, is it? But anyway, what are you going to do? Okay, again, right side, open doors. It's nice to have a bit of traffic on the lines. It's always realistic to have traffic. I quite like the vehicles at the side of the road here. You know, they're quite varied and everything. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, whoops. I'm yapping away. Okay. We've got the next stop is called Uni Campus Riedberg, and I'm not going to say that because I'm going to completely butcher it if I haven't already. Well, I haven't yet committed the deadly sin of going to the emergency brake. But it could happen at any point. Oh, so this is obviously the university campus. I do quite like the idea, you know, of driving like an inner city kind of vehicle. Because most of the ones that I try are like, yeah, not like this. Yeah, this is certainly not the best way to control this. So if you are also like me and you use mouse controls, I would say maybe you might want to think again about purchasing this. I don't usually have this kind of problem with other trains, but this train is a bit finicky with this. Of course, you can use other ways to control the train. You can use an Xbox 360 controller. Well, of course, if you have some kind of train controller, obviously that will work as well. Whoa. We still have quite a lot of stops here, guys. I'm actually a bit slow, aren't I? Or I'm actually very slow. Very slow. Maybe they're all going to come in quite quick succession. The next one is only 1 kilometre. Look, why do all the women in this town look the same, man? Seriously, they all look the same. What's going on? I think back there I might have gone through a stop signal back there, because one of the signs I went through, it looked like the line was horizontal on the signal. Pretty sure that means you're supposed to stop. Oh well. I do like the buildings here as well. They've obviously made an attempt at making it look 3D with the interiors and stuff. I mean, I think that looks pretty nice. Again, you know, if you take into consideration the engine that they have to work with. If any of you guys actually own this, I would love to know what your impressions are of it as well. I mean, it's always important you get lots of people's opinions. I am by no means an expert in train simulators. I just enjoy to play them. I know that I follow a few guys who basically train sims are like they're pretty much all they play, and they're very expert about all of the trains and everything. That is not really me, but there's a lot of people out there that are pretty knowledgeable. But for me, I just find it fun to drive around in a train, or try to. We're going too fast. Whoops. Ong ong, here comes your amateur train driver of the year. That was a bit of a crazy hill, and like I said, this is not the best way to control this vehicle, so I'm like really not at all smooth. These guys are going to be like, who's this freak driving this train, like with the kangaroo petrol and all that. Right, stopping about now. Oh, I thought I put on the emergency brake, but that was the wrong side. So that's good. Let me have a look. Let me have a look outside. Bless you, matey. Hello, sir. Would you like to get on my train? No, I've lost him. Right. I am the slowest train driver in the world. Have a nice day, sir. Hopefully next time you want to actually get on my train. It's a really interesting experience. Trust me. Yeah. They even have a car here that looks like a car that I used to own. That orange car there. I used to own a car that looked very similar to that called a Nissan Almera GTI. That was a long time ago, man. Right, we're on a crazy hill. So let's try not to speed like a freak. Oh, here comes the other one. Hello, matey. Yep, speeding is going to happen anytime soon, trust me. Oh, there's a station at the bottom. There we go, like a professional. Almost. Not quite, almost. She's looking at her watch. We're probably late. Sorry about that. I'm like the slowest train driver ever. Are you going to buy a ticket or not, love? Either buy a ticket or don't buy a ticket. I wouldn't recommend hanging around. Oh, look, she listened to me. Ha ha! Get in! Come on, love! Get in! Get in! No. Imagine if real train drivers were shouting at people, saying, "Get in! Get in!" I think they probably wouldn't have a job for much longer, would they? Probably not. See ya. I'm happy for it to slowly just be very slow here. That's fine. I don't mind. Actually, that's a bit too slow. There we go. A bit more respectable. I am actually a little bit late with this add-on. I have owned this add-on for a while now, but I just haven't really gotten around to doing a video on it. I've been very busy in my life, my general life. Obviously, YouTube is just a hobby. I don't really have the time. You know, this isn't my full-time thing here. This is just a hobby that I do on the side. So when real life is busy, then sometimes YouTube needs to take a bit of a backseat. Ooh, look, there's a factory. That was pretty cool, didn't it? Right, we got another station here. Ooh, are we going to a tunnel soon? Looks like we are. What is he doing? Matey, what are you doing? That's a bit of a weird stance there, isn't it? I think we are going to go to a tunnel. That is pretty exciting stuff. Right. Well, while we're doing that, let's have a look at the factory thing. They've had the bright idea to put a snake on the chimney of the factory to make everyone think, oh, it's not a dirty, polluting factory, it's a cute snake. Nah, not gonna work. Sorry, not gonna work. We know it's a polluting factory. It always kind of makes me laugh when I see that kind of stuff. Right, we've got a green light. We're going to the tunnel. Whee! Oh, scary tunnel. Scary tunnel is scary. Seriously, every time I play with this red lever, I'm so scared that it's going to go to emergency brake. If it goes to emergency brake, I'm going to have to end the video. Because like I said, I seriously have not worked out how to restart the vehicle after the emergency brake has gone off. It's kind of sad, isn't it, really? Don't worry back there. There's no lights on back there. What the hell? I maybe need to work out how to put the cabin lights on for the passengers. It's alright, people. We're nearly out the other side now. Oh, wow. So there is a bit of an underground kind of style here. That's pretty awesome. It's good to go for, you know, like to have the combination. And again, I'm really liking the modelling of this station. I think that looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Whoa, we are now outside the station. Oh, we are now inside the station. We are now under the platform. But yeah, in all seriousness, this looks pretty nice, isn't it? The way they have modelled this looks pretty realistic, pretty nice. I'm pretty impressed with this. Even the posters and everything look really realistic, and yeah, you know, it all adds to the immersion, which always helps when you're playing a simulator game. That's the whole reason that we play these games, right? To make us feel like we're really, you know, really in this role, in a role that in real life I would never be allowed to do, for obvious reasons. See yous. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. Look, it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? I am impressed, suitably impressed. But yeah, maybe I need to work out how to turn on the lights back there, because all the passengers are gonna like freak out. It's gonna be like a zombie movie, isn't it, for them? Look, they can't see anything. There's probably a button somewhere here for lights, but I don't know what it is, and I'm scared to like press stuff, because if I completely ruin the train by randomly pressing stuff. Actually, I do see stuff there about lights. We're going too fast. No. Ooh, that scared me there for a second. Oh, it's alright. There's a massive hill soon. The massive hill will help. Are we speeding? No, we're not. The massive hill is going to help to slow us down. Look at that. See what I mean? Wow, that's cool. And even the graffiti on here, the texture of the concrete on here, on this wall. Oh, in fact, it's going to make us stop too fast. Whoopsies. But yeah, wow, this is looking awesome. Come on, you got to be kidding me. You need more power than that? Yeah, that's really awesome detailing. In fact, I would say this is the nicest looking, you know, what do you call this? I have no idea. Okay, open the doors again. You probably don't have that many stations left to go. It seemed like we had a lot, didn't it? But I think because they're all quite close together, because it's like a metro style, isn't it? So, not as long as you think, really. And we are off, people. Yeah, we are off. We got a green light, that always helps. Oh, I was going to see how many stations are left. Only 2 more now. See, that went really quick. When I saw all those stations earlier, I was like, whoa, maybe this video is going to be super long, but no. Not at all. Look at all this traffic. This is a busy line, people. Yeah, this is literally over now. Just got 2 little stations to go. A bit of a hill here, a bit of a a decline, a descent, whatever you want to call it. We're speeding up. Whee! I reckon the hill will help us to slow down. Yeah, there we go. I imagine in real life there's probably some law stopping train drivers from using hills to slow down. It doesn't seem like the most, the best idea in the world, does it? Not that I have any idea what I'm talking about, though. So yeah, overall I'm really impressed with this, and I'm going to do more of the scenarios. I really like this. It's pretty cool. It's looking nice, isn't it? Looking good. And wow, so slow. Like having a look around, enjoying the scenery, and just not realising it's time for me to go. Is that a red light, people? Is that a red light up ahead? It's looking like a red light. It's like an amber light. Is that a red? That looks like a red light to me. Is it going to change when I get up to it? That looks remarkably like a red light to me. That's weird. That's weird. Usually the signals that I get are like lines. You know, like the ones that are lines. I'm wondering if this... I don't know. I'm going to wait here for a little bit. See, there's a green light there. Down that end. And someone is waiting, look. This guy is waiting for me. Sorry, dude. But look, red light. If it doesn't change soon, I'm just gonna go. It's kind of pointless, isn't it? Just sitting around here. I wonder if when because some of the, oh, I don't know. Oh, I was so close to the emergency brake there, wasn't I? No. Screw it. I'm just gonna go. I'm like the worst train driver ever. I'm gonna get a load of comments. Mate, you just went to a red light. What are you doing? Oh well. Someone was waiting for me. Seriously, like you can't just wait there with someone right behind me. And I'm like, again, I'm really impressed with this scenery, man. Look at this. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? Like realistic looking. I have no idea what the real location actually looks like, but this looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. And we're heading down into the last station. We are speeding. As I usually do. Excuse me. Well, the red light has not caused an accident. That's good. That always helps. Like I said, I thought the only signals that I would have would be the ones that are like the horizontal lines and the vertical lines. Basically, it's like a line signal. So, I don't know why there was a red light there. Anyway, we got away with that one. Okay, let's stop. Again, open the doors. They've obviously worked out how to add sneezing into the game, because every time you go into the outside view, someone sneezes. I think it's because it's the winter time. They thought, let's make everyone sneeze all the time. Yay! But yeah, this is probably one of the nicest environments I've seen ever in train sim. That looks pretty realistic, and like the cars are going, there's quite a good density of houses and varieties of buildings. I don't know, like it just looks realistic to me. So it does actually make me very excited for, yeah, it does actually make me very excited for when they do bring out the new engine version. So yeah, it was called U9 at Christmas. U-Bahn, Frankfurt and Maine. Yeah. So look, I got 12 out of 12. That must be the only time you guys have seen me do a scenario and get full scores. Wow, first time. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this slightly inflated video. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.